Yo, welcome to episode 114, the Breeze podcast. I'm your co host, John McCollin, with the boy, the Don Dada.
White Victor White. Do you
You
see
listen,
how white I am, bro?
yo, what's that light on your face, yo? It's not bright out there.
No. It's pitch black out here. That
Are
way.
you serious?
Yeah, bro.
What time is it? Like 5 o'clock?
Yeah. I'd say it gets dark at 4 in the afternoon. It's crazy. It's insane.
Here,
John,
that's the same over here.
before we get into it, I have a question for you.
Well,
If there was a contraceptive pill for men, would you take it?
for men, you got side effect? Yeah, probably. I
Okay.
don't know. I mean, that's a deep question, but
Yes
would
or
you take
no?
it?
It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, probably. If like depends on the side effects, yo.
Yeah,
Same
obviously.
side effects as the women ones. Is it?
No, this is not a biological podcast, so let's roll the intro. Breeze! Breeze!
Breeze.
John,
Yeah. Talk to me, bro.
fairy lights or candle lights?
Yo, candlelights, yo. Actually, candlelight. I have a candlelit right now, bro.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Got the Mile Tree candles.
Is it scented?
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna do this plug. Mile Tree candles out of Los Angeles.
Okay, nice.
Asian brand. You know what I mean? So shout out
Nice.
Barbados.
Are you genuinely addicted to something, John? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Interesting. Another question. Listening to music is best with speakers or headphones?
Speakers.
Speakers, interesting. But you mostly listen with headphones, though.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah, you have a studio. You live. You lie? Do you lie to yourself sometimes? Yes or no?
Do what?
Do you lie to yourself sometimes? Yes or no?
Nah.
Yes, bro.
Nah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Nah. I mean, like, then you catch yourself, like, you don't follow with the light and just
No, but
keep it
then you
to you.
lie to yourself.
No, I mean, like, if you lie to yourself and like you keep like you believe this lie, then it's
Yeah.
like you're lying to yourself, bro. Like, you can't like live that life thinking this. You know what I mean?
Well,
But
I
if you
was
lie to
out.
yourself, oh man, nah, that's probably not true. And then like, you know what I mean?
I was looking more towards today. I'm gonna get A to Z done. When in reality, you might get A and B done,
Oh,
and
probably.
then you're lying to yourself by being like, "Oh,
Fair,
I'm gonna get
fair.
all this done."
I was thinking more on a deeper level.
No, not like my name is Greg.
Nah.
No.
Like, it's like, anyway,
I
okay. But
um you want to try Tesla tequila or Ryan Reynolds aviation gin.
Tesla tequila.
Bro, we drank aviation when I was in Toronto.
Yeah, so it had to be the other one.
D- do you remember how awkward it was when we pulled up to that party and we started mixing drinks and everyone was like plastic cups and like shitty
Yeah,
beer
true.
and shit. You always gotta bring the style.
Yeah, facts.
Google Calendar or Apple Calendar?
Google Calendar.
Easy one. You're most likely to add salt or pepper to a meal.
Pepper.
Interesting. Are you on that make it before I'm 30 years old grind?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you're getting close, bro. You're so freaking old. Jesus Christ.
I got 4 years, bro.
4 years, bro. Do you know how fast 4 year flies? Bro, gee,
Uh,
oh,
I
damn,
know.
gotta plan your 30s party. That means I have to be successful in 4 years too.
True that, bro.
Okay, would you rather have a great kitchen or a great bathroom?
Kitchen.
Interesting. You listen to music in shuffle mode or order?
Order.
Word. Amen. Let's well,
Uh,
depends on the mood. Sometimes you just want to
is,
listen to that good old
like,
playlist
is it
with only
foreign?
bangers. Ah,
Is that the foreign philosophy quiz?
which you never answer to, yes.
I answer to it sometimes, yo. Like I
But
just
not
started
every
listening.
week, not every week, John.
Nah, not every week, yo. Not
Yeah.
every week.
It's fine.
That's fair. You
I'll
got my
I'll
answers.
I I might miss a couple of your songwriting sessions.
That's fair, yo. That's fair.
I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding. How was your week?
Maybe it was just like my week was fast. I'd say
Mm-hmm.
like went way too fast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't- I don't even know what happened this week, yo. This week was just work. Yeah, it's just work and music. Some exciting things happen in music, but
Mm-hmm. Which you can't talk
work
about,
in
I
music,
presume.
man. Yeah, work in music. That was about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw you deleted your vlog.
Yeah, that was the bitter part of my week. Um, I'm watching. I'm looking into the lens, John, because I'm gonna see if it makes me feel like I'm talking more with you, or if it's well, you certainly feel that I'm talking to you, but I
Yeah,
feel like I'm talking into a camera lens.
fair. Where's the laptop? Is it like next to the microphone?
It's here.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Word.
I gotta be careful. Boom. There you go. My week was very nice. I've been able to recharge my batteries. As I said before we jumped on the podcast, I slept between 14 and 16 hours today, and that was amazing. Something that I've noticed by well, yeah, living with my beautiful, beloved, amazing, fantastic, uh, astonishing, lucky man I am to call girlfriend woman, is that my head moves fast and I have a lot of thoughts.
Yo, question then.
Mm.
Have you have you like been meditating or doing headspace or anything?
On and off.
On and off, eh? Like
Yeah,
you'll get on that, bro.
yeah.
You'll get on that headspace.
But
I
the
just
thing,
bought it for the first time.
nice. How are you feeling the paid version?
It's pretty good, yo. There's like group sessions. There's like specific sessions for like creativity. There's
Okay.
like anxiety. There's like a bunch. Like I've been using like the free version for like the
Yeah,
last year.
forever.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, like those 10 sessions that you just like go over and over again. Like
yeah. You get tired of them.
it's cool, but like I like for me, like the paid version definitely get a lot out of it. Like I'm on 180-day street right now.
Oh,
Like man,
nice,
I feel pretty good.
nice.
I suggest to like, I mean, you could do a 3 minute a day, yo. You know,
Well,
I mean,
my so this is my relation to meditation. Sometimes it feels nice and it feels like I need it. Sometimes I just need to go, you know. Um, and I've had, I think the longest I've had is probably, I don't know how long of a streak, but I would say at least 30 days.
hmm,
Um, but the thing is, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But that's not one thing that we can establish is that meditation is really good for you, and that you should do it. I should do it every morning, 100%. But what I mean with my head moving fast is like you know how it can be sometimes when you just have a lot on your mind. Um,
I feel
I It's kind of hard to explain actually. I just well, essentially what I mean is just like okay, so I would say there's different areas in life. So you have You have your personal relationships, right? With if you have a girlfriend or boyfriend, family, um, and then if you're going to university or if you have work, you have those types of relationships. And then you also have responsibilities in terms of if you're working, in terms of workload, responsibilities towards your significant other, or it could be responsibilities to pet, etc. And then you also have aspirations of things you want to do with life, right? I want to live a meaningful life. And I think those things in combination with me hearing um, Tiny Desk with Mac Miller and his live version of 2009, and the fact that he died a month or two after that concert, uh, just it made me realize once again how fragile life is, how beautiful life is, but that we really have to make the most out of it. Have you heard that particular version of his song 2009?
The Tiny Desk version.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
it has 50 million views. And so thinking about that type of thing, and then so what I tend to do, I tend to compartmentalize things or ideas into more materialistic stuff and art.
Mm,
And art, like music is healing, right? Music is a form of expression. Music is all these different type of things. And then you have being an AI consultant at IBM as an
mm.
example. And that's a completely different thing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And once again, I think that aspect is so. What I'm trying to say then, that art is also a part, as I was saying, these different types of relationships. And I feel like I feel like it's important not to forget those things, because, as an example, I'm now living with my girlfriend in Stockholm, in a city, detached from nature. I'm very used to being close to nature. Um, and that in itself has effects on me, and I just think that especially with quarantine now, and the type of vibe we're in as a collective, I think it's important to not to forget to feel human, feel something, consume art, not content, art, music.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
I feel that, yo. So
Does it make sense?
is that like for you? Is that like a daily thing that you try to like do? And do you think like doing that like on a consistent basis, like putting yourself in a position to feel something, does that help with your head? You know what I mean? Like in terms of like
Hmm.
slowing it down a little bit. That was my question.
I would liken it to that meditation with Squarespace. Okay. But I would also say in today's society, there's a difference between consuming content, music as content, and consuming music for therapeutical reasons. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Um, with my head, what it since I have these things, these grand ideas, master plans, what I want to do, what I have to do, um, what it does, it makes me, I think, live in the now. I think it makes me get a different type of perspective. I think that it makes me feel alive now when I feel like I'm a zoo animal in a city, not being able, or I haven't done what I love in such a long time.
I feel you. I'll put you on. Like, I think I spoke about this on this podcast already, but like, I recently had this conversation with my boy Zario. Shout out to Zario.
Mm,
It's basically like, how do you slow your head down? You know what I mean? Like, how do you, because every day you can wake up, the week goes by so fast. How do you
mm,
like capture a moment for just yourself? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
take everything out the way and just in terms of all those things you mentioned, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like all the compartments of life, like
yeah.
it's still gonna come back. Like it starts with you. You
Mm,
know what I mean? Like I feel like meditation works. Meditation is like is a good thing to do. There's a good practice
mm,
to have. You know what I mean? But I
mm,
feel like one thing that worked for me, like along with meditation, in
mm,
terms of like stopping my head from going super fast, is
mm,
definitely this thing I do call morning pages. So it's
mm-hmm.
like did we talk about this on the podcast already?
Writing
Yeah, I
a
feel like
journal in the morning.
write, write like free form thoughts. Like my head's going fast. Like I'm making sure like
Mm,
I'm making a cautious effort to like slow myself down and
mm-hmm.
like write 3 pages of whatever my head was saying. You know what I mean? For some people it might be different. Like some people might not want
Mm,
to write. So
mm,
like record yourself. Like Zario, like I told him about this. Like he might not be a writer, but like he might just record himself every morning. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like stream of consciousness, like whatever is running through
mm,
your head. You feel me? And I feel
mm,
like for me, like that give me and like artists in general, like anyone in any creative space,
mm,
gives you like it forces you to almost like stop for that period of time where
mm,
otherwise your head would just be going and like kind of like resets you. So like
mm,
every day you kind of like hit that reset button, like you're clearing your
mm,
cache. You know what I mean? Like
mm.
I feel I don't know. You could probably try that and see how that works or whatever. But
Now
that
we're into something. Now we're into something that's actually revolutionary, bro. Because when you look at large corporations, how much of this do you think they involve in their strategy plans or whatever for their executives? None, nothing.
probably none.
Remind me in the future when I have my fintech company that will make me a billionaire, my first billion, to have this sort of thinking. Okay.
Yeah, 100%, bro. You gotta have like that people and culture person. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That person that like what was that show that you told me to watch? Yo, that billions and
Billions, yeah.
intelligence in there. That's like that's what it's supposed to be like. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But you're right. I'll definitely remind you for sure.
Amazing. Another thing, I've well, you kind of heard that I've had kind of a deep week, I guess. I started watching this series called Industry. It's about people our age going into investment banking, and there's this case of sudden adult death, which is very common in that type of industry, probably management consultancy too, where you're essentially working for 3 4 days straight and you just die in your home or whatever. And I saw this guy that I follow. He's previously worked, I believe, at Goldman Sachs,
Mhm.
Afsal Hussein. Now he's doing content, his own thing, etc. Just trying to follow his passion and be
Right.
happy. Much respect. And in this series, which I've now watched, I think there's 2 episodes out there. It's a very good series. It's dark, it's heavy. It's a very heavy series. In that, when they come to the part where this guy dies, sorry for the spoiler, he pauses and he says that it happened his first year that a person died, not at the office, in his home,
Mhm.
and everything just went on as normal afterwards. Which has in turns led to these banks. I think Goldman was first with implementing a no weekend work rule, meaning from 6 p.m. Friday to 12 or 12 I think lunchtime Sunday. You're not allowed in the office if you're a junior. And you have to get permission from a VP or a senior if you have to come in on a Saturday. So obviously, everything is moving towards a bright place, and all that stuff is good. But what I wanted to say was that, um, well, now I lost my track. It's a good series. I
What's
think. No,
find it?
okay, boom, boom. Here we go. So this got me to think, John, and I think it's important for people to have reality checks in life, in
Yeah.
weekly life. Like, my reality check is sitting down every Sunday talking with you.
Hmm.
Do you get what I mean? Like, it's not possible. Like, I put myself in a position where it's not possible for me to break down. It's not possible for me to, like, because they've also, at school, for example, etc., they've been talking about alcohol, drugs, how it's common in the banking industry, all these finance, blah blah blah, and how it can sometimes go south. And they even had one guy who's been x amount of years sober and was down a rabbit hole, and now his mission is to help and advise and, shed some light on that
Yeah.
part. But what I'm trying to say is, like, I think it's really good to have that type of reality check, and I think it's really good to build yourself that type of framework as well.
100%. Like for me, like definitely there's one format. Like like weekly. I got talk to Vicky like on a weekly check in. You know what I mean? I talk to Zario
Mm,
like down there every day on like a daily check in. You know what I mean? So it's like
mm,
you.
mm,
It's definitely good to have like to have that support system. You know what I mean? Like and to build that support system for yourself. You know what I mean?
mm,
Like choosing like people that
mm,
in your immediate circle that you want to have
mm,
that accountability. You know what I
mm.
mean? Like that's definitely necessary for sure.
And it could, in some instances, be tricky as well, because if you are successful, let's say the CEO of Electrolux hears this podcast and he's like, oh shit, that's something that I have to do, you know? But
True.
then there's ulterior motives from these people who you might think just want your best, but in reality, they might want something else. So, something that comes with this is that you also have to be mindful about your environment and your
100%,
inner circle, essentially.
100%. And that comes back to like that daily check in with yourself. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Like taking that if it's an hour, if it's half hour to like slow yourself down and just and
mm,
like reflect on the current moment you're in. You know what I mean? Like I
mm,
had a discussion. So crazy story. Before I started IBM, I saw on their Instagram page, there was
mm,
this lady. She was like a singer. She like votes on the Grammy board.
mm,
Like she works at IBM. So I was like, let me hit her up and see what's good. So
mm,
last week, Friday, no, sorry, week before Friday,
mm,
like I just messaged her on Slack. Was like, hey, love to hop on the call.
mm,
Spoke to her. This woman is the most down to earth person ever, yo. She was
mm,
like, three things you gotta do. You feel me? Like in life, one is reflect. Next is project, and then like project and like what we do all the time. You know what I
mm,
mean?
mm.
Last one was I can't remember. I haven't written notes somewhere, but it was pretty powerful, yo.
Nice.
But I mean, there's just testament to say like, yo, like, is nothing like what we're talking about right now is nothing like new. You know what I mean? But like,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people still don't fully understand like the importance of it, the importance of like self reflection, the
Mm,
importance of having like good people around you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like is especially like in our community, like it's not talked about as much. You know what I mean?
mm.
So that's just testimony to say like,
I
yo,
think what is revolutionizing is the mindset of implementing in large institutions a way for the C-suite executives and leaders, organizational leaders, um, a some type of tool to reset.
yeah,
And I know for a fact that the most a lot of them go on a yacht every summer, because then that's really only when you can disconnect. But I'm not talking about that type of thing. I'm talking about an actual management tool where
Right?
it allows for management to, you know get that and to be honest, if I'm gonna be completely honest, like, Ray Dalio speaks about pain plus reflection equals progress. So a good way to do this would be to um, experience a disease of someone close to you. Obviously, this is not okay in any way possible. The reason I'm saying this is that that's something that will ground you and reset your perspective. Now, that wouldn't work in the long run because everyone processes grief in different ways. It might Obviously that's not a good idea. But what the thought behind what I just said is pain. Like, so in my case, when I watched this live concert with Mac Miller, who died 2 months or a month after that concert, and you see his behavior, you see this person that's struggling with himself, with his demon, with death, um, and people knew that he was sick, etc. And you see it, and he produces this art, his music, that's essentially timeless and lives on, is something that reflects and resets your perspective. You know. Um,
I feel like, yo.
with that said, John, you had the mission a couple of podcasts back to record a conversation.
Yeah, bro. We'll run that for the next podcast.
Okay. Okay.
That's fine. We can both do it. I don't know if you did it already.
Uh huh.
Did you do it already?
What?
Did you record like a conversation already?
No, because we have to do yours first, and then we can do mine.
We're running next week.
Okay, you go next week, and then I go the week after.
I'll go next week. We'll wrap up here and then we can run that next week for
Yeah.
sure. For
Listeners,
sure.
thank you for tuning in. What would you walk away with from a conversation like this, John?
Yo, I feel like from this is a very powerful conversation. You know what I mean? In terms of
Yeah,
understanding your mind and not just your mind, just yourself on it in its entirety. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
from this conversation, I feel like the takeaway action items for anyone who's listening is really take time to reflect on on your life, if that's like on a weekly basis, a daily
yeah,
basis, month, like just take time, like if it's 30 minutes to just sit and understand like where you are right now. You know what I mean? Like
mm,
I, that's the only way you can get that progression to move forward. You know what I mean? Like to make sure that like your north arrow is correct when you're trying to move forward.
yeah,
Like you gotta reflect and see like how you got to this point. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I feel like that's a takeaway from this conversation. Just take some time to reflect. You know what I mean?
And don't take things too seriously. We only have one life, so enjoy it. With that said, listeners, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Peace out.
Peace.